I'm Carl Johnson, and the memories of my childhood home in Rhode Island still haunt me. It was 1971, and I was just 16, living with my twin brother Keith, my 14-year-old sister Cynthia, and our loving, religious parents. Our house was beautiful, a picture-perfect family scene. Mom and Dad were like something out of Leave It to Beaver, with Dad singing in the church choir, and Mom always cooking something delicious. But beneath that normalcy lurked something dark, something that would turn my world into a nightmare. As long as I can remember, strange things happened. Footsteps echoed through the halls at night, distinct and deliberate, like someone pacing just outside my room. I'd lie awake, heart pounding, listening as the sound grew closer, then faded. "It's nothing," Mom would say, tucking me back into bed with a reassuring smile. But I knew better. One night, I couldn't take it anymore. While my parents were out for their square dance lesson, I dragged Keith and Cynthia into the living room. I'd found Mom's old spirit board, a curiosity from her youth, and I was determined to uncover the truth. "Let's call the spirits," I said, lighting candles to set the mood. My siblings hesitated, but I pressed on. "If you're here, make your presence known." At first, nothing. Then, my hands on the plancher felt a subtle pull. Not my doing, but something guiding me. The plancher spelled out Sylvia. My breath caught. "Who are you?" I asked, and it replied with more letters. Details of a cellar. A presence. It was thrilling. Addictive. We ventured to the basement stairs, calling out, "Sylvia, give us a sign!" 3 sharp knocks echoed from below, shaking me to my core. Something was there, watching, its eyes boring into my soul. I felt a chill, an unseen gaze that made my skin crawl. This wasn't imagination. It was real. Over the weeks, we held more sessions, desperate to connect with Sylvia. One night, the plancher moved to SUS, and my girlfriend Susie's voice came through on the phone we left ringing. "It's her," I gasped, but Keith's face paled. "This isn't safe," he muttered. I ignored it, caught up in the excitement. But then, the terror began. One night, Keith woke screaming. Someone laughed outside my window. The cackling grew louder, circling the house, a woman's voice dripping with malice. My radio flicked on by itself, and I felt a presence in his room, cold and suffocating. "It's watching me," he whispered, trembling. Mom and Dad dismissed it, but I saw the fear in his eyes. He wasn't imagining it. The hauntings escalated. We turned to prayer, clutching Grandma's cross, and for a moment the house felt lighter, the air less oppressive, but I couldn't let it go. On my 17th birthday, I claimed the cellar as my space, finding a Victorian glove that vanished as mysteriously as it appeared. I researched paranormal rituals, determined to summon Sylvia. "Show yourself," I demanded. And there she was, a woman in a long dress, her hair in a bun, gliding toward me, silently. My blood froze. Her presence was heavy, desperate. Then it hit me, that glove, the name Sylvia. It was her. She was warning us. Keith refused to join, sensing danger, but Cynthia and I pressed on. The spirit board spelled DEATH, and a wave of dread washed over me. This wasn't Sylvia. It was something darker, something unholy. That night, I woke to dragging sounds, then thumping on the roof, shaking the house. "Someone's trying to break in," I yelled, racing to check with my family. The bangs stopped, but the fear didn't. Then, Cynthia screamed, "Something pushed me!" 2 invisible hands had shoved her down, and I realized this entity was evil, growing bolder. My parents finally believed us after that, but they were powerless. Keith and I sought help, joining a paranormal group and meeting John Zaffis, a veteran investigator with ties to Ed and Lorraine Warren. He sensed a heavy presence in the cellar, identifying Sylvia as a distressed spirit and another entity, a demon. "You opened a door with that board," he said, his voice grave. My stomach churned. We'd invited this darkness. A priest came, blessing the house with prayers, and in that moment, the oppressive weight lifted. Sylvia and the demon were gone, or so we hoped. Life resumed, but the scars remained. We never touched the spirit board again. Years later, Keith and I became paranormal investigators, helping others avoid our mistakes. That house, where my parents lived peacefully until the end, taught me a chilling truth. Curiosity can unleash real evil, lurking in the shadows of even the most ordinary homes. And sometimes, those doors we open can never fully close.